clashing rocks guarded the entrance to the Black Sea, and no one before had ever succeeded in passing through them. They were two huge boulders not attached to the seabed. They crashed together unpredictably, crushing ships as they collided and flinging up a seething, roaring mass of seawater. Jason's sailors did not immediately identify the ominous booming sounds which greeted them when they approached the Black Sea. Then two huge dark shapes loomed into view through the mist, and the rowers watched in awe as the dreaded rocks clashed together with a thunderous roar. Jason ran to the stern, the back of the ship, and found the basket with the white dove. Remembering the advice they had been given, Jason steered the Argo as close to the clashing rocks as possible, and then Atalanta opened the basket and released the dove into the air. It flew between the boulders, which became hurtling together with an ear-splitting crash, but the dove was already through, sacrificing only a couple of tail feathers on the way. Now, while the boulders were on the rebound, it was the turn of the Argo. The current was so strong that the rowers could hardly control the ship as they heaved it into the rock's gaping jaws. The water surged round them. Waves formed high above their heads. Timbers creaked, the rowers strained, and Jason yelled. The rocks were moving in again, closer and closer. The gap was narrowing rapidly. "Faster!" shouted Jason, but his voice was drowned out by the waves crashing over them. The rowers groaned, tearing muscles and grinding bones to drag the oars through the foaming water. The boulders were just inches away now. Any second the ship would be smashed to pieces. Louder than a thunderclap, the colossal rocks clashed together. The earth shook, the sea boiled, and enormous lumps of rock rained down into the water. But somehow the Argo was safely through, although a shattered carving on her stern showed how close they had come to calamity. The rowers sat back and recovered their breath as the ship drifted gently out into the Black Sea. The Argonauts were the very first sailors ever to pass through the clashing rocks and live to tell the tale. Jason said a prayer of thanks to Athene. Up in Mount Olympus, the goddess awoke with a start. Someone was calling her name. She looked down and saw Jason at the prow of his battered ship. "I'm so sorry, young man," she said out loud, "but you caught me napping." She yawned and stretched. "You got through that one all by yourself, nothing to do with me. It's just I've been so busy lately and, well, I must take better care of you in the future. Now let me see if I can fix that irritating little noise." Down in the Argo, Jason suddenly realised the booming sound had ceased. Looking back, he saw that the clashing rocks were standing still, rooted firmly in the positions where Athene had now planted them, never to move again.